So this is a cop-out video. The cop-out is the fact that white people like to use statements like Kevin is using right now to justify their anger towards reparations, their anger towards black people wanting our history to be taught in schools and not to be consistently and continuously watered down, and thinking that everything in America is equal and fair. It is a cop-out because you don't want to take responsibility for the atrocities that your ancestors perpetrated on my ancestors, to which the lingering effects of those perpetrations are still going on today. You see, Kevin, the difference between what slavery that's going on in other countries and what happened and is happening here in America is that I am not sitting as a beneficiary to the slavery that's going on in other countries. My ancestors did not benefit from the slavery that has been going on and is going on in other countries. Whereas on the other hand, you, sir, whether you realize it or not, you benefited from the fact that redlining occurred in America and is still occurring in America, where a black person pretty much cannot buy a home in a predominantly black neighborhood simply because it won't be supported by the government. You see, the government is more at fault than the individual person. But when you are one of the persons who are sitting, taking advantage of those situations, whether you are purposely doing it or not, doesn't matter. You see, your ancestors had the opportunity for land grabs that my ancestors did not. Your ancestors had the opportunity to build wealth based on those land grabs that my ancestors did not. Your ancestors had the opportunities to go to college easier than where my ancestors did not. Your ancestors, if they were in the Civil War, got reparations for the slaves that they lost, whereas my ancestors were given Freedmen Bank, and then that money was given to the former slave masters. You see, my ancestors got burned out in Tulsa, drowned in Lake Lanier, Oscarville. Your ancestors did not. Now, whether you have grown up poor, you or your family has struggled, or whatever it is, I will get, and you will say that, and you will say things like that as a cop-out. But as just being a white male, you have been afforded opportunities that we have not had afforded to us. Whether your ancestors took those opportunities or not is on them and their own stupidity. My ancestors did not have the option. And in most cases, if they did take options to create their own towns, to create businesses, they were burned out, flooded out. They were racially profiled. They were hung from trees. Your ancestors didn't experience this. So am I responsible? No. Are you responsible as an individual? But it's mainly your government that you continuously support that's responsible.